Hey, welcome back to Sportscard Talk with Mark. This is episode 2. Thanks for joining me this morning. So there's a couple reasons for doing this. One is that many of you are at home right now, worried about the coronavirus, and you're just home, you're bored, looking for something to do. So this is kind of to give you some entertainment. The other reason is to educate my kids, educate the youth out there on the value of sports cards. We got baseball cards, we got basketball cards, we got football cards. This is really a lost art. When I grew up as a kid, these were like my best friend. I looked at them all the time. I learned their stats. I just knew everything about them. And kids these days don't really understand the value. So I'm going to try to help bring that back. So let me just kind of go through a few more today. Each episode I'll be going through some more fun facts for you. First guy. This guy's name is Bo Jackson. Went to Auburn University. He's one of the all-time best athletes ever. Won a Heisman Trophy in football, played baseball. You've probably heard the phrase Bo knows. That's not Bo Nix, Auburn's quarterback. This is the Bo Jackson. This guy's my all-time favorite sports player. Here's another guy named Pete Rose. In this card, this is 1988 Topps, by the way. Topps was the main baseball card, football cards that was prominent in the 80s. Pete Rose in this year was a manager for the Reds, but before that his name was Charlie Hustle. He holds the all-time Major League Baseball record with over 4,200 hits, and he was a base stealer. He also played catcher, and he was always getting down and dirty. These two guys on the Oakland Athletics, Mark McGwire and Jose Canseco, they were called the Bash Brothers, and the Athletics were very good for a couple years there in the late 80s, and that's a very memorable card as well. This is the Atlanta Braves, 88 Topps as well. Back in these years, the Braves were terrible. I actually went to a game, and this guy, Dale Murphy, hit 2 home runs in that game. However, the Braves lost 28-6. That was a very memorable game in '88. This guy named Bill Buckner, you may know him. He was actually famous on the on the Red Sox in '87. They went to the World Series. They were one play away from winning the World Series. This guy was playing first base. The ball went through his legs, and they lost the World Series because of Bill Buckner. Notice this card right here is the Angels. So they let him go or traded him, and he went to a different team. This guy, you've probably heard of him, Barry Bonds. When he was on the Giants, he got like 78 home runs in 1 year. This is him on the Pirates. Look how small he looks. This is before he started taking steroids. This guy right here, his name's Andres Galarraga on the Expos. Y'all may have never even heard of this team, the Montreal Expos. They don't exist anymore. They are now called the Washington Nationals. They relocated. But this was probably their best player in the 80s. Andres Galarraga played first base. The Mets were a really good team in the mid-'80s, and this is 2 of their best players right here, Dwight Gooden and Darryl Strawberry. Both of them encountered some hard times after that. The success kind of got to their head, and they got into drugs and things like that. Darryl Strawberry recently became a Christian and came to Niceville and as a speaker, and he was doing great right now. So that's Darryl Strawberry. The last guy I want to talk about is a guy named Jim Abbott. This guy is amazing. This card right here is actually 1991 Fleer is the brand. And Jim Abbott had one hand. He was a pitcher, played baseball with one hand. I'm not joking. I want to show you how he did this. What he would do is on one of his arms, he was missing his hand. So when he would pitch, he would put the glove over his arm like this. He would wind up, and then as soon as he let go, he would put his other hand in the glove and then come to defense right away. And if he were to catch the ball, then he would throw it back to first base in the glove. It was amazing, and everybody loved the guy. So I'll stop there for now. That's probably enough facts to let you think about for a little while. That's all, folks. Thanks for joining me.